The majority of hell's inhabitants are women. This is not just a threat, but a very serious warning. What sins are most often committed that cause women to become the majority in hell? Let us explore the explanation.
The first type, the wife with a sharp tongue. She constantly scolds, curses, and blames her husband. When he is away, she betrays him. When he is at home, she hurts him with her words. Be careful, this is no joke. Whatever displeases the husband should be avoided. One harsh word can scar for years, while one gentle word can nurture love for a lifetime. Khadijah, may Allah be pleased with her, is the best example. She was promised a palace in paradise because of her love and respect for the Prophet Muhammad. She never raised her voice in front of him and always met his needs with gentleness. Her kindness brought peace to the household, and Allah rewarded her with glad tidings of paradise. This shows us that peace at home begins with a wife's words. The second type, the wife who burdens her husband beyond his means. Many times, corruption and crime begin because of pressure from unrealistic demands. A righteous wife eases her husband's burden, supports him with prayer, and remains grateful for even little provision. Gratitude protects from sin and brings blessings. The third type, the wife who does not dress modestly. She goes out showing her beauty to men who are not her husband or family. This can lead her toward hell. Beauty is a trust, not something to flaunt. Dressing modestly is protection, while showing off invites harm. Allah commands women to cover themselves for dignity and safety. The fourth type, the wife who only cares about eating, drinking, and sleeping, while neglecting prayer, worship, and obedience to Allah and her husband. A life of only worldly pleasures is like chasing shadows, it never satisfies. But living for Allah brings both peace here and eternal joy in the hereafter. A wife who dies while her husband is pleased with her will surely enter paradise. In the household, the husband carries the role of leadership. A wife should correct gently, not with harshness. Respect and gratitude soften the heart more than lectures. The Prophet said, 3 groups' deeds are not raised, including the wife whose husband is angry with her until he is pleased. His contentment matters greatly. A woman once complained about her husband, and the Prophet reminded her, be careful with your tongue. A husband can either be paradise or hell for his wife. The women of paradise are loving. When they make a mistake, they seek forgiveness quickly, saying, I will not sleep until you are pleased with me. This noble character makes a home full of mercy. Beyond obedience, a wife should care for her husband's needs, her appearance for his eyes, food for his stomach, and fulfillment of his physical needs. If these are cared for, his heart softens and generosity follows. True happiness in marriage is not wealth, but a heart filled with gratitude. A wife should not perform voluntary worship without her husband's permission, and should not let others into the home without his approval. These protect harmony and privacy. In conclusion, 4 women destined for hell are the sharp-tongued wife, the demanding wife, the immodestly dressed wife, and the neglectful wife. On the other hand, women of paradise guard their tongues, serve sincerely, dress modestly, obey Allah, His Messenger, and their husbands, and fill their homes with love. Such women will be rewarded with a home in paradise, peaceful, without conflict, and filled with eternal joy. But let us reflect deeper. Why are these 4 warnings emphasized? Because they are related to everyday habits, speech, demands, appearance, and worship. A woman's speech can either build or destroy a household. Her words can encourage her husband, or they can break his spirit. A woman's demands can push her husband toward goodness, or they can pressure him into sin. Contentment is the shield that guards a family. A woman's appearance can inspire respect or attract unwanted attention. Modesty is not limitation, it is dignity.
And worship is the backbone of faith. When it is neglected, the soul becomes restless and the home loses its blessing. That is why the prophet warned that many women could fall into hell, not because they are weaker, but because these pitfalls are common and often ignored. The reminder is not meant to insult, but to awaken hearts before it is too late. Every wife has the choice to shape her marriage as a path to paradise or a road to destruction. The best way is to follow the examples of the righteous women of Islam, those who lived with patience, gratitude, modesty, and worship. Think of Asiyah, the wife of Pharaoh. Despite her husband's tyranny, she held firmly to faith and is promised paradise. Think of Maryam, the pure woman chosen by Allah, honored for her worship and modesty. Think of Khadijah and Aisha, who supported the Prophet with love, respect, and wisdom. These are women remembered with honor, not because of wealth or looks, but because of their faith and character. So ask yourself, do my words bring peace or pain? Do my actions lighten or burden? Do my clothes protect or expose? Am I drawing closer to Allah with worship or drifting away with neglect? This self-reflection is the key to avoiding the traps that lead to hell. Every woman can turn her home into a garden of paradise simply by guarding her tongue, her heart, and her actions. Remember, the Prophet said, "The best of you are those who are best to their wives." A wife's goodness is matched with a husband's kindness. Marriage is not a competition of dominance, but a partnership of mercy, patience, and gratitude. If a wife fulfills her role with sincerity and a husband with fairness, the home becomes a sanctuary of love. But when the four dangers are ignored, chaos enters, and the home loses its blessing. The reminder about hell is therefore a call to save families, not to condemn women. It is a chance to reflect, repent, and change before it is too late. So let's remember, words can be sharper than swords, demands heavier than mountains, clothes more dangerous than poison, and neglect deadlier than hunger. But the opposite is also true. Gentle words can heal, contentment can enrich, modesty can protect, and worship can elevate. That is why Allah honors the women who choose faith, gratitude, and patience. They will not only enter paradise, but will also be the queens of their homes, honored for eternity. So do not take lightly the warnings of the Prophet. They are a mercy to guide us, not to shame us. Every reminder is a chance to grow closer to Allah and prepare for the everlasting life. If today you realize your mistakes, repent and change. Allah is most forgiving, most merciful. A single step towards Allah is rewarded with blessings beyond measure. Do not delay. Paradise is too precious to lose, and hell is too terrible to risk. Guard your tongue, guard your heart, guard your dignity, and guard your worship. Be among the women of paradise, not the women of hell. Your household can be your fastest path to paradise if you live with love, gratitude, and obedience to Allah. The Prophet said, "When a woman prays her 5, fasts her month, guards her modesty, and obeys her husband, she may enter paradise through any gate she wishes." What greater honor can there be? Eternal joy, eternal peace, and eternal love. So strive to be among those blessed women whose names are honored in this world and whose souls are welcomed in the hereafter. And Allah knows best. May we all take heed, repent, and strive to be among the people of paradise. May this reminder be a lesson for all of us. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so more people can benefit from it. Let's strive together to guide our families toward Allah's pleasure and His paradise.